Doing your best isn't good enough when you could have done better. And I'm not here just to be a dickhead. Let me explain. This might sound wrong in this day and age because everyone is so used to participation trophies and all that fun stuff, but you don't get a gold star for just doing what you're supposed to do in the first place. My dad has this quote that goes, "Do more than is asked of you." And this applies to every single facet of your life. And I know that people who work boring jobs or minimum wage jobs are gonna come here and be like, I'm doing exactly what I'm getting paid for, nothing more, nothing less. Honestly, I get it. I've worked my fair share of minimum wage jobs too. I worked at Dollarama. I worked at this pizza place. That was actually my first job. I've worked at my church. I've done a lot of things. I've even worked at Pure Later. But the only issue that I have with this type of mindset / mentality is that you're thinking that you doing more than is asked of you is only going to benefit your employer. But in reality, the type of person that you have to be / the type of person that you're going to become when you're consistently trying to do a little bit more, a little bit better is what you're actually after. Now, I don't actually know where my dad got this phrase from. He just started saying it and I'm like, that's kind of fire. But this is what I connected to, and I'm sure it's probably what he connects it to. It's actually a story or a parable in the Bible, and it's from Matthew chapter 5 verse 41. And this goes, "If a soldier demands that you carry his gear for 1 mile, carry it 2 miles." As you can clearly see, it's literally saying go the extra mile, because doing exactly what you need to do or what is exactly asked of you is good. I mean, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're doing what they're telling you to do. But in this life, I don't know about you, but we don't want to just be good. We want to be the best. A consistent extra effort, even if it's just like a really small effort, will compound and pay back in dividends way past what you probably thought they would, whether this is material or in your reputation, which I would argue is probably better because people just know you as someone that's willing to go the extra mile, and then in turn, they're probably going to go the extra mile for you too. I think about this every single day, whether it's in the gym, because I know we've all heard that the whole saying of 1 extra rep, how far can you go, push yourself to failure or exhaustion. Everyone's already heard it, but like, it's true. It's that doing a little bit more, because that's where you see the actual muscle growth. Or for another example, when I'm literally editing videos for clients, there's times where I'm like, I know this video is already fire and I know it's good, but then I think about another thing that I could add to it and I'm like, that's a lot of work. I don't actually want to do it. And then I think to myself, do more. Like, don't be lazy. You can do more than is asked of you. You can go that extra mile. And then I'm like, fine. I'll do it. I'll make the video even better. And a third little story for you. Like I said, when I worked at Pure Later, this is a really good example of doing more and it getting you further. Like, obviously I started as just like a basic worker. I think they have like 3-hour shifts or whatever it may be, like a set amount. And then if you're more valuable to the company, you can work more hours, make more money, yada yada, whatever it may be. So when I initially started working at Pure Later, like I was just doing my job, moving the boxes, talking to some people, making friends, yada yada. It is what it is. Go home after the 3-4 hours, whatever the shift was, and call it a day. Making decent money for the age I was at the time, like it was whatever. But then one day I decided that I'm going to go talk to the managers. I'm going to see what other things can I do? What other things can I learn? Not even necessarily trying to be like, oh, so I can get more hours. It's just, I just want to be more valuable. I want to be able to do more. I want to be able to experience more things. Going out of my way, be like, what other things do you guys do at the night shift? Or is there anything else that I could just help with? Like, it doesn't have to be anything deep. It's 12-hour shifts, which I did, but that's not the point. The point is I have the ability to do more because I have that in the back of my mind the whole time. I'm like, where can I add more value? Where can I do more things? And by doing so much more than I actually had to or what they even expected from me, I got to fly through the ranks and be friends with the managers really fast. That's why I was able to work so many hours. I think I was working there for like 3 months. Then I get promoted to the hands assistant. Like, the hand is like the supervisor of the shift or whatever it may be. I'm out here being in charge of certain things that people have been working there for so long that they don't even know about. It's always in your benefit to do a little bit more. Whether or not that actually pans out into something more externally, internally, it's going to be a good thing regardless of what happens. If you keep those 2 simple words in the back of your mind, I promise you, your life will get better in some shape or form. Whether it's the standards that you have for yourself or the way that people now perceive you. Just remember, do more than is asked of you, but do more, it just sounds better.